My dear students, good morning. Today, we are going to discuss a chapter, A Landscape of the Soul, written by Nathalie Trouveroy. Talking about the writer, Nathalie Trouveroy, she was born on Feb 2, 1945 in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Now, talking about the central theme of the chapter, as you can see here, it highlights the different sense of aesthetic and desires of artists in the Western and Eastern hemisphere. I have divided into two parts. As I talked, the chapter talks about the two areas of painting. One is Western eye, and the other is Eastern eye view of the view of the painter. When we are talking about Western eye, according to the writer Nathalie Trouveroy, artists crave for exact replication and reproduction of life forms in a mere physical manner. They want the artist of Western. They want exact replication of any object, right? And talking about the Eastern eye, they want an active and emotional engagement with the craft. Suppose I'm a painter of Eastern region. I want my art, my people, my people of the country to engage in my craft in order to understand it in a better way, right? Now talking about the main chapter, the story of the chapter. This was the central theme of the chapter. Difference between Western eye and Eastern eye of the painting, of the painters. And the second is talking about the story. As I told, that this chapter talks about the areas of two painters, Western and Eastern. The story commences from a story. The painter Wu Dozi, right, who was in the 8th century, right, and the Tang Emperor Zhuangzong. Zhuangzong, who was the Tang Emperor, he ordered the painter Wu Dozi to make a landscape, to make a painting on the wall, on the palace. And when the painter Wu Dozi made the painting, it was so realistic that the Tang Emperor Zhuangzong was standing there flabbergasted. He was surprised, astonished to see the beauty of the painting. And so he started praising it. And then what happened? A magical thing happened at that point of time. The painter Wu Dozi clapped his hand and he entered in the cave of the painting and he vanished. I know that this is a type of fantasy that nobody can believe. We cannot go inside the painting. Suppose there is a painting in the wall, we cannot enter into the painting. But these type of stories are one of the most important things of Chinese classical education. Confucius and Zhuangzi. These were the two persons, and they have written a lot of books on Chinese classical education, means on painting, and the people used these two books as milestone to strengthen their art in painting. Now talking about the another story that talks about the importance of a painting, a master blacksmith called Quentin Metsays, he fell in love with a painter's daughter and he wanted to marry her, but the daughter's father never wanted, he does not want that a blacksmith should be married to his daughter. So he denied. But then what happened? One day, that master blacksmith, Quentin Matrays, what he did, he entered into the panel, he entered into his beloved father's, painting panel, and he made a picture of a bird. And that was so realistic. The painting that the blacksmith made was so realistic that when his beloved's father came to witness that painting, he tried to move that bird away. As soon as he touched the bird, he realized, oh, this is not a bird, but a painting. And when he came to know that the blacksmith made that painting, he approved the marriage of both these two. So you can see the importance of the painting. Now, the second is the concept of, and the last is the concept of sanshui, that is mountain water. My dear, that theory is not very difficult. If you read that passage, you can easily understand. But I'm trying to link it with pranayama. When we do any yoga asanas, right, what we do, we breathe in and we breathe out. But what is the middle portion? We retain our breath. Same thing happens whenever we look at a painting. A painter has made a painting, right? In order to appreciate the painting in a better way, you need to understand the writer's view, as long as you need to use your own imagination to understand the painting, right? My dear students, so the importance of middle void, as I talked about the pranayam, so the importance of middle void is very important, and that's all, my dear, from today's class. I hope that I have not covered in the entire chapter, but yes, I have covered at almost 85 to 90% of the chapter. Now rest, you need to read the chapter to understand it clearly. Thank you very much, my dear.